Just got the Euro style tail lights for my Mk6 Golf R. So first we'll unbox these and see what they look like. All right. Ooh. Let's get this out. Take a look. Oh yeah. Oh, that's going to be so much better. So that's the outer one. And then we've also got the inner here. Woo! I mean, already they seem like a pretty decent quality. So, guess we'll have to install them. So, in the trunk, first thing you're going to want to do is start taking off this rear panel. So, these just pop out. Oh, that's not supposed to pop out like that. Alright, head start, I guess. Take that out. And then up in the handle, there are two little bolt holes, and those are Torx bits. Take those out, and then all of this pretty much just pops out. Probably gonna need to use 2 hands for this, maybe not. Let's use 2 hands. So this is out, and there's just these little clips everywhere. I think that one broke out. And they're just kind of scattered around the back, and you really just have to kind of go for it and hope you don't break too many of them. But they are scattered everywhere. And you just kind of have to muscle it off and hope for the best. Next, we got to pull this plastic trim out, and this also just pulls out. Just work your way across. Oh, there we go, I guess. Came out. It looks like all of the clip, well, not all of them, a chunk of the clips decided to stay in the car, but that's fine. You can put those back in pretty easily. So once that's out, we can start taking out these center lights. So with these, there are 2 little clips. You pull them together, and that just unplugs. Same with the other side. 2 little clips and unplug. And then take an 8mm. That just goes on there. These aren't very tight. Just loosen them up, and then we can take them off by hand. So with these center lights, they have a little plastic cover on the side. I'm pretty sure you can take it off, but you really don't need to. If you just grab it and kind of rotate it up, and then it just comes off the side. So now, the center section is empty. So I'll clean that out, and then we can get new LED ones stuffed in. So another thing about the new lights is online advertised. They say that this, the passenger side, is a reverse light, but the driver's side has the Euro fog light. But I found on one of the forums that with this plug that comes out of the light, not the one that goes into all of the other wiring, if you switch the brown and the white wire in the plug, it turns that fog light into a second reverse light. So all you have to do is these little silver tabs, I don't know if that's going to focus, but you push them down and you slide the wires out, switch their places and just put them back in, and that's it. And then you should be able to have the two reverse lights like the stock ones. So these just slide out. So on the top there, it's going to be very hard to see, but there's these little clips that go into the plastic piece. So the white was on the outside, the brown was in the middle. So according to online, because we always trust online, if you just switch the places of these, so the white goes into the middle and you'll feel it click in, and the brown goes to the outside and that just clicks in, that should be good. And then we can take that, and this only goes in one way, and we plug that back into there. And I also unplugged this box just to make it a little bit easier to handle. So from there we should be good to throw this all in the car, and then we have to stick this down somewhere. And then that plugs into the factory plug, and this one should be good to go. So now what we're going to do is we're going to put this one in, and I plugged everything back in, so we can just slot that through the hole, and that comes down. We line up the two metal tabs. Actually, take that off. Give me just a second. Sorry, one of these plugs didn't make it through. So now, yep, that just slid right in there. Oh, and doesn't that look good? We're gonna put that back on just so we don't scratch them up. And then those nuts I said that we should keep, we actually reuse. So take them back off of here. One. The other. I'm not going to tighten these down just yet. So this is for the sequential turn signal. We'll be doing that in a few minutes. This is for the OEM plug, and then we need to find somewhere to mount this. So most people think just tuck it right in here or on this back side somewhere. So I'm going to figure out somewhere to put that. So for this box, I think the best spot is going to be right here because it's pretty flat. I think it's making full contact. I mean, I guess we'll have to see. Right there, it seems pretty good. And then another thing with this 3M tape, it's already really good, but if you take a lighter and you just heat it up a little bit before you stick it down, it works even better than it already does. So I'm going to go ahead and do that right now. So I got this side successfully mounted. That doesn't feel like that's going anywhere. These will just be able to tuck in there. This is plugged in. That's for the sequential turn signal, which we'll be doing. And I just need to tighten these down. Just gave it a test and it looks amazing. So we will go ahead and get this second side done. So I now have both sides in and plugged. Got this mounted up, plugged in. They look amazing. And I already tested both of them. The other thing is, in these little holes where the studs come out and the nuts go on, there's a little bit of adjustability. So I tried to get it as square as possible all the way around. At the end of the day, they're still from China. So no matter how good they are, they'll never be perfect. But I think they look pretty good. And then I put these little side plastic covers on. Those came with the kit. And they just slide right on. There's nothing too special about them. So now that that's all in, the next step is to start working on these ones. So for these rear lights, first what you want to do is pull back this carpet. Once the carpet's back, you can unplug the light. Once you unplug it, there's one of these weird thumb screws with a spring. And it's really simple. You just unscrew it and then the light just comes straight out. And then to run the full sequentials, so it has the inside and the outside, you have to run the jumper wire from the bottom to the top. And in order to get through there, you need to go up through the inside, up the quarter panel, through the rubber, into the trunk, and then you can plug it in. So most people take out the entire rear interior of the car, but I just popped out a few of these things, and I honestly think that there's going to be plenty of room to get that wire all the way through. So I'm going to try and do that right now. Alright guys, it's been a little while, so I did manage to get everything in. I have the box taped down there. Those are those plugs. That's the plug from the car. And then this, all I had to do was pop off this top cover. There's one 10mm bolt that holds that in. There's a Torx bolt behind an airbag, little logo there. And then you can take off all of the backside of this. And I was easily able to fish the wire up through all of here. And then as for this, that is just a rubber grommet that just comes out. And then this one, that's a clip. So you pull that with your hand. I'm not going to be able to do it now. So that's a clip. You just pull this back, one of these two back with your finger or a screwdriver, and that comes straight out. And then in order to get this jumper wire ran through, I took this 1/4 inch extension bar and fed it through the rubber tube. And I took the plug off of this, so it was just the bare wires, taped them to the end of the extension, and I was able to pull the wires through the rubber. So now all I have to do on this side is find somewhere to tuck all of this extra wire, and then after that move on to this side. But these things look amazing. So for this side, I'm just sitting in the trunk, and I'll hopefully be able to show you a little bit better. So first off, we'll take this Torx out. Right there. And we'll put it down here. And then up here, we have a 10mm, and this is a plastic nut, so when you tighten it, you want to make sure you don't tighten it too much. But that just comes off. That can go down there. And then over here at this little airbag thing, this just pops out, but These tend to break a lot, so you're going to want to be somewhat careful with it. Yep, that one's broken. So I managed to get it out, but as I said, they break a lot. This one decided to break, but it's not a huge deal. Also, there's this little Christmas tree thing that just goes in this hole right here, so I just took that out. The next thing is up in this hole, way in there, there's a Torx bit that needs to come out. But you want to be careful, because if this isn't a magnet driver, you will lose it. Alright, so I got it out. I almost lost it, but I didn't. Oh, also this just comes unclipped. And then this piece, we should be able to just get a nice grip on it somewhere and pull it towards the center of the car. And that just comes out, and then this just comes out like that, and that should give you plenty of room. Once we get this carpet out of the way, get rid of that air horn, get this carpet out of the way. There we go. So this, we just unscrew. I'm not going to take this out all the way. We have the same type of double clip plug. These are pretty easy to get out, more just a pain. And we can take that out all the way. And then the light itself just comes right off. So now we can put the new light in. Just get some of this plastic out of the way. You want to fish the wires through. Get this carpet out of the way. Okay, so the wires are through, and then with this, there's a little alignment thing there and on the bottom. So that slots into there. This one slots in up here, like so. And then we just put that thumb screw back in, plug everything in, run the wire, and then we're done. So this driver's side was a little more difficult because there's one of the main harnesses coming through, which controls the heated rear windshield, the wiper, the badge, all that. So it was a little bit more difficult, but I got it through with some tape and a very long zip tie.